pop-up on my phone from somebody I went to Bible school with 8 years before that I haven't talked to in 8 years. And this is what it said. It said, the scripture that I just gave you about God laying up the wealth of the wicked for the righteous. And then here's what it said. Hadn't talked to this person in 8 years. It said, God is going to transfer wealth to his children to build the kingdom, and he's going to do it through cryptocurrency.
Wow.
As I'm sitting there
Wow.
and trying to make a decision.
Wow.
And we said, wow, could you be any plan? And so we took a chance. And we went in, we bought one mine. And guess what? I'll let Byron tell you how we got that. We didn't have the money to get in. But we had one account, we had something in. But anyway, I can. So Byron came to me afterwards. He said, I really believe we're supposed to be there. I said, me too. How are we going to do it? He said, how much money's in your vacation account? I said, I have $1,000. And he said, hallelujah, and $9.95. So he agreed and gave me my $9.95 that I'd saved from vacation. And we got in December of 2024. We have bought 3 mines, and we now combined have 50. So we're going to share with you today how you can increase mines and not have to buy a lot of mines. We're going to tell you how to do that. I want to address one thing the Lord told me to address for any of you that have had Christians say to you, but aren't you afraid that the Antichrist is going to use cryptocurrency? And I've had people say that to me. There's a legitimate fear about that. So here's what I say to them. You probably will. But if you're going to not get into anything that the Antichrist is going to use someday, get rid of your television, your phone, your internet, your credit cards, your bank account, and the list goes on. Because guess what? When that time comes, he will use it all. But we have the Holy Spirit. And when that time comes, the Holy Spirit, who is the Spirit of truth, will say to us, don't get involved in that. And he will guide us and guard us and keep us. So we do not walk in fear. We walk in faith. And so how many of you are hearing about TXC for the first time in detail? Anybody? Few people? Great. Well, we're really glad you're here. And you picked the best time to come. We're at about $4 and something. Martin got up on that. There will never be another time when you can get TXC at this level. Over the next several months, it's going to explode. And so you are getting in at the right time. And I'm just glad you're here. We just welcome you. And we're going to now, this is Kirby and Raquel, and they're going to lead us in some worship.
And then you start thinking about everything else out there, all the worldly things, and you can't take cryptocurrency to heaven. We won't need it in heaven, but we'll need it here on the earth before we get there. But we want to position as many of God's people in this opportunity as possible so that before we go to heaven, we can use it to expand the kingdom of God here on the earth.
Yes.
And to see people come on into the kingdom of God through this means. And as Lisa said, God has birthed many things in our heart. You will not have a vision from God unless you have the funding to take care of it. And if your vision is really from God, it's probably far bigger than what you can handle yourself. That's how you know it's from God. But it's like, wow, how am I going to handle that, God? I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around it. Well, He has, and the provision is in that vision. And the people that will come alongside you and help you fulfill that vision, God is going to add. So that's how the body works. We all need to come together, work together. The funding will be there for it. So we're going to share with you an opportunity that we hope you get excited about. There's no pressure today. You don't have to join up with anything. There's no sales that will be disappearing at 2 o'clock this afternoon if you don't take advantage of it. This is something that you need to think about. We told a person that shared this with us that we're going to go home and pray about it, and we didn't. Because when Lisa got that prophetic word, I said, we're in. Forget about going home and praying about it. We got that word, and so we knew we were good to go. And so we spent her vacation money to buy that first mine. And Lisa just 2 days ago booked us on a vacation because I not only put that $995 back, I put $6,000 back. So we got on the next one. So where are you going on your next vacation?
We
Yes.
are going to Virgin Islands.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So for that $995, she would be able to float down a rubber tube in the Ozark River. But now she's going to the islands of the Caribbean.
Yes.
So that's something else that you consider, is that this is not just an opportunity to create cryptocurrency and use those in the future, but the company's set up to help you along the way, make commission and make rewards, and we'll be sharing some of that with you today. So we got involved in December the 18th of last year, just 9 months ago. And at that point in time, the coin was worth 8 cents. 8 cents a coin. It's now bumping around $4, over $4, or $6 last week. Don't worry about the price of the coin, because it'll go like this every day. You've got to back out and look at a 12-month view. And if the 12-month view is doing like this, it doesn't matter that it's got the shapes along the way. You know, I'm pushing up close to 80. I got the shapes along the way, but I've made 80 years. All right. So don't worry about the shapes along the way. It's where you're going. And so you pull out, don't look at a 1 week report, look at a 12-month report. We started trading TXC coin in May of last year. So we're just over a year, probably 17 months, maybe, since May of last year. It started trading at 2 cents a coin, 2.8 cents a coin. And now we're over $4 a coin. So it's gone very, very rapidly since those early days. And let me give you a little bit about the concept of cryptocurrency and digital mining to start with. Basically, to put your mind at ease, you've been in this world probably for 15 years or so, but have not known it, the digital currency. Who's ever been and sent money with PayPal? Hold your hand up. Cash App, Zelle, Venmo. All right, that's 80% of the room. Who've ever had their weekly paycheck deposited automatically in your bank account where you didn't have to pick up that cash or that check? Okay, that's all digital. All that money is ones and zeros that is being transferred from one app to another app into the bank accounts as digital currency. So you've been operating in the digital world for 15 years or so. And so cryptocurrency is a digital currency, just one step back from what you're used to. And it's a currency that operates outside of the banking systems. So if you're on Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, any of those, your money has to get into those from your bank. You have to upload money, real money, into the digital space, and then you can actually spend that money on other vendors or peer-to-peer. I get my hair cut once a month. And I will go onto Venmo and I will choose Denise and I will give her $25. That's all it costs me for a haircut. Jerry, you need to go to her. It's only $25. And I hit send and her phone goes ding. And I just sent her digital $25. So you can do peer-to-peer, but for her to actually take that off, she's got to come back through the banking systems again. So they all operate that way. Where cryptocurrency operates in a world outside of the banking systems, because it's not regulated by mainframe computers at a bank. What happens in the digital world or the crypto world is that for every cryptocurrency out there, they have a big network of computers. They may have 1 million computers that are little computer nodes, specialized computers that all they do are these transactions. You can't get on the computer and play Nintendo. You can't bring up your Excel sheet. There are specialized computers that are smart computers, they're high-speed computers, and they have one focus, and that is to transact different currencies and different transactions of that particular currency in that network. And so you'll have any of your cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, like XRP, and they'll have a network of computers. Now, those computers are fed mathematical equations every few minutes into that network. It works on a reward system. So there's proof of work, work has to be done, and then you get paid for that work, just like what you do every week. You work 5 days at a job, and on Friday you expect to be paid. If you don't get paid, you're not going to be showing up next Monday. Because you don't have a love relationship with your boss that you're just doing it for free. Okay? There's an exchange of value, there's work that's being done, and there's a reward for that. So it's the same as inside a network of computers. Those computers compete with each other all day long, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. And welcome to those who are online. It's great to have you with us. Give them a hand for joining us. We've got people in New Zealand, people in Australia, and even some from Timbuktu that have joined us today. So that's great. And you'll also get a copy of this video. We're recording this. So if you get a migraine by the end of this presentation today, don't worry about it. We'll send you the video and you can stop and play. You won't get a migraine as quickly. So these specialized computers are doing these solving mathematical equations. And so every 3 minutes, one of those computers in the network solves that mathematical equation. They've got 3 minutes to do it, and that particular computer node gets a reward in coins, 250 coins. Digital coins are given to that computer, and they start all over again. Now, people that own those computers are called miners. Another name for those computer nodes are called mines, because they're mining coins. There's no backhoes out there, there's nobody with a shovel looking for coins. But mining coins, if you can just translate that in your head, is creating coins. That's what's happening with these mines or computer nodes, and you're called a miner if you own it. And you can be a child and own a mine, and you're called a mini miner. So you're a miner that owns the computer nodes, and all those computer nodes are competing for those coins, and they're rewarded out on a daily basis. So there's 95,000 coins that are created on the network every single day. And those 95 coins, the 95,000 are distributed out amongst the mines that are on the network that people own. So the more mines are owned or purchased, that 95,000 coins are spread out thinner and thinner every day as people own those mines. Not only that, but people like yourself that own those mines, you're taking coins out of your account and you're going to Dextrade or Bitmart and you're selling your coins because you may have made 2,000 coins over the last 6 months. And when you came in, they may be 10 cents, 15 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents. It really doesn't matter the value of the coins when they're created. It's the value of the coins when you pull them out. That's the real kicker. Because when I pull my coins out, I want them to be $16 a coin, $20 a coin, $25 a coin, even though when I created them or mined them, they were 8 cents a coin or 10 cents. So it matters not what the value was when they're created. It matters what the value is when you pull them out, because now you can spend that money, buy your butter, your eggs, and your cheese. When these coins are taken out of the network and they're sold out there on Dextrade or Coin or Bitmart or wherever they may be, there's 5 exchanges now that the TXC coin is traded on. Then that transaction is complicated inside that network. Those little computer nodes have recognized that transaction that went out. And once that transaction happens, there's 6 other computer nodes that have to validate that transaction. So there's lots of activity going on this mine. People also that come on in as brand new miners, and they look at their mine and say, man, I'm producing less than one coin a day on my mind. I'd like to get some more coins now because I know the value of those coins are going up. So they can go out on Dex Trade and they can buy 100 coins or 500 coins. So if you buy 100 coins and they're $4 each, you just spent $400 and you bought 100 coins. That goes into your wallet on the network, into your little account. So all those transactions are happening all day long, people taking coins out, selling them, people actually going out and buying coins and bringing those back. And for every transaction that happens, there's 6 other computer nodes that validate that transaction. That's why it's a perfect system, because there's no human beings involved that can make this faulty. All the computers are validating it. And once 6 other computers on that network say, yep, it's good, it's all works out, it looks great, it's all, no one's breaking into the system, there's no malicious thing going on in our network, then that transaction is locked into a digital ledger. And anybody at any time can see coins going out, coins coming in. If you're part of that network, you can see it all. It's all transparent. There's nothing hidden. Now, you can't see Joe Smith and Mary Jane on there. You'll see a string of numbers that Joe Blow and Mary Jane. So your private information is not out there, but all the transactions are there, and all the transactions that get validated go into this blockchain, and they're linked together. So every 3 minutes, a blockchain is created out of all those thousands of transactions that took place, and then they start another ledger. So those blockchains are linked. This is called blockchain technology, with all these computers working together on all the transactions. So ultimately, there are companies that want to use this network for what they're wanting to do. They want to tap into these 1 billion computer nodes that are doing all these transactions. Banks would love to sit on the top of that layer 1 of computers, where every single transaction is done in the network and validated by all the computers before it actually gets locked into place. So when you're bringing your money to the marketplace to close on a house and you go to your title company, you don't have to wait for 24 hours or 48 hours for your check to be validated, for your cashier's check to go back through the system. Once money or a transaction is released from this network, everybody knows it's been already validated. 6 other computers are giving their thumbs up. So it is a tremendous transparent system, but it's so accurate that money can be exchanged that quickly. So if I'm sending Nolan $500, I can do it straight out of my wallet on the phone. I'll send him 125 coins, that's worth $500, and within a minute or 2, he's got that in his account. Because then I can sit there and watch 1 computer validating it, 2, 3, you've got the 6 computers, and as soon as 6 computers have validated that transaction, boom, he's got it. And no one else was involved. We didn't go to each other's bank, didn't write out cashier's check, anything like that. So it's a tremendous system because the human error is not there. It's all done and validated by computers. So that's the network. That's how these computers operate. And every cryptocurrency operates the same way. They all have their network, and then they'll have redundant networks that backs that up, that backs that up, that backs that up, so that if a bomb dropped in headquarters, it doesn't all go up in smoke. That's a little bit about how the network works in cryptocurrency. And so why these coins are produced and what gives value to the coins is several things. And it all comes under the heading of scarcity. So there's 1 million mines. I'll talk a little bit now about the TXC coin. There's 1 million mines in the TXC coin network. All right. Once those mines have been purchased by people like you and me, there's no more mines left. When something is scarce like that, or it's got an end date on it, pushes the value up because you can't just keep producing more. The reason why the American dollar has gone on down is because when the government hits a tough spot, they just keep producing more money to buy themselves out of that tough spot. Or elections are coming up, so away we go, printing money again, and the value of the dollar keeps going down. So cryptocurrency keeps going up in price. What is the price of a Bitcoin today? A lot, yes. 120,000? Yeah. For 1 coin. 1 coin. 120,000. Now, back in 2009, it was 40 cents a coin. Back in 2012, it was $5 a coin. So 2012 to today, what's that, 13 years? It's gone from $5 a coin to $120,000. You wish you had one coin?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, that's where we are now.
I would take half a coin. So we're on the same trajectory. We are just less than 18 months old. But we've looked at the big brothers that went ahead of us, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and we can see where we are based upon where they are now and where we're going with this thing. And so it matters that, and also matters how robust your particular coin is, how strong it is, how much marketing is going on in place. So when we heard about this back in December, we decided to go up and meet Bobby Gray up in McKinney, Texas, and Bobby was sitting on an upside down bucket in his garage looking at the computers, whirring away. And I told it to somebody, I said, well, I would not have touched that with a 9-yard barge pole. A guy in his garage working on computers, and you invested in that? Well, had I gone to visit someone else sitting on their bucket in a garage working on Microsoft, you would kick yourself now for not investing in Microsoft. That started in a person's garage with a few computers and Bill Gates sitting on an upside down bucket, taking care of them. So we talked to Bobby, found out what his vision was, where his goals was. He's been in this industry for 16 years, so he's not new to it. He's always been in minting, actually, alternate currency. So he made gold coins, silver coins, copper coins back in the day. In 2012, he was invited out to a subcommittee at the House of Representatives to talk to our federal government about alternate currency because the federal dollar was going in the wrong direction. So he's been involved in this, but not always just in digital coins, but in the alternate currency model. And so he moved then from that hard coins over to the digital coins when he saw that that train is going to make it all the way through. Because you know, when you go to Starbucks to buy your coffee, you can't take out that gold coin that's worth $550 and scrape some shavings off it and pay for your coffee. So you need a more friendly, user-friendly system like digital currency where you can have that on your phone and you put that down against that little Wi-Fi device and ding, ding, it's done. So we can do that now through cryptocurrency. I don't even have my wallet on me. You have my wallet? Did you steal that?
Lo and behold.
Look at all these debit cards and credit cards. You know what? I just have one card now. This is my Coinbase card. This is out of my Coinbase where my cryptocurrency is. Visa has partnered with Coinbase to be the means by which we can actually use our cryptocurrency to pay for our butter, our eggs, and our cheese, anything we want, at 100 million places around the world. That may not take cryptocurrency, like the pastors in Fiji back there in May. I took them all out to lunch, paid for their lunch, and I said to the girl at the register, do you take cryptocurrency? She told me to inform me, no, because it's illegal in Fiji. The Fijians can't own cryptocurrency. The government told them no. I said, you're kidding me, it's illegal? She said, yeah. I said, okay. So I put this thing down on the ding ding Wi-Fi and paid $85 of cryptocurrency through my Visa card. And I said, yes, you do take cryptocurrency. She didn't have a clue what I was talking about. So we got the means of tapping into that crypto world and using cryptocurrency, USDC, to buy your vacation rental, your airfare, your rental car, your dinner out, and there's your whole vacation. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So that's the world that we live in. I talked to Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo shut my account down when they heard about cryptocurrency. So I reopened it again and put a Texacoin emblem on my card. Just to put that in their face. See that? TXC coin. I'm using Wells Fargo, but I didn't tell them cryptocurrency anymore, so they don't have a clue what I'm doing. So we're in a world of great transactions and transitions. So our digital transactions are taking us into a brand new world. It's no different when we move from the horse and buggy to the auto-fueled vehicles. People would have said back then in the horse and buggy days, I don't know what they said, I wasn't there, but I'm sure when you use a horse for 4,000 years, you're not easily going to give up that horse that's pulled your buggy around for 4,000 years of human history, and the horse has gone into every war, and the horse has plowed the field, and the horse has been our transportation. And so we're not leaving the horse. God gave us the horse, and we'll always have a horse until Jesus comes back. In fact, Jesus is coming on a horse. So there it happens. It's a beginning and the end. So we had to transition from a horse that you put hay in one end and picked up the manure on the other end and fertilize your roses, to understanding pistons and carburetors and spark plugs and putting fuel in the tank. So it took 20, 30 years for all our brethren back then in the turn of the century to move to where there's no longer any horses and buggies and drays going through New York City. It took us 30 years. People say, well, it never happened. You know, there's 1% adoption and 3% adoption. It's only the wealthy people that could get a vehicle until the T-Model Ford came along. And then they started pushing that out on the conveyor belts. Mass production brought the price down where people like you and I could get involved. And who came on a horse and buggy today? I think we're at 100%. Oh, it looks like he did. Yes. So we're in that transition, and we are on the cutting edge of it. You guys are really at the tip of the spear. Seriously. Because you're learning terminology like hash, mega hash. You're learning about mines and miners and, you know, mining coins and the network and the computer nodes and all this sort of thing. And it's like double Dutch to you. It's like, I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. As Lisa said 9 months ago, we didn't even know how to spell cryptocurrency. I'm not sure if I still know how to spell it. I know how to use it. So we met with Bobby Gray, and Bobby Gray told us what he envisioned in the TXC coin, because what he's learned from the Bitcoin community, the Ethereum community, of where they went wrong that we don't have to repeat. We can look at those big brethren that went ahead of us and pick up the good points, what worked well, and what didn't work well, and we don't have to go down and make the same mistakes. So one of the things that they did not do right, they never got to the end goal, which was transaction of currency. Bitcoin now is just something that you bet on. You know, you buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. The practical application of Bitcoin is not there. You don't have it on your wallet where you can actually pay for things, etc. So it will transact with other people. And so Adam is a dirt farmer. He finds dirt and sells dirt. Isn't that amazing? What a dirty job. And he has a cryptocurrency TXC coin app. So if you want to go and buy dirt from Adam, Adam would prefer if you paid him in coins. So he'll figure out at $4 a coin, you owe me 125 coins for that dirt. It's $500. And so I will go to my phone, open it up, and I will do 125 coins. And it tells me how much that's valued right now, it'll be around $500, and I'll click on send. Adam will open up his phone, do the same thing, and he'll click on receive. My phone looks at his phone, and he's got 100 of my coins at $4 a coin. I just pick up and I drive away from his house with a bucket load of dirt or gravel. And he goes home as happy as Larry. Because he knows in 6 months, those coins are $16 a coin. And he made out like a bandit on me. But what happens with the American dollar, the value of the dollar goes down, so you need more dollars to buy the same thing that you bought 30 or 50 years ago. Your house has really not gone up in value. The nails, the sheetrock, the paint, all that stuff has not gone up in value like $125,000. But what's gone down in value is the purchasing power of your dollar. You need more dollars now to buy that same house that you bought 50 years ago. You need another $150,000. Because the value of the money, the value of what you're transacting has gone down. You thought it was just your house that went up in value. No. The money to buy that house went down in value. So cryptocurrency is going the opposite way. So Bobby told us about we're not allowing the TXC coin to be purchased by overseas companies, nor by overseas multinational organizations, countries, and buying it all up, and now we lose control of it. You know, Asia mines 60% of all cryptocurrency in the world is mined in Asia. 60%. We don't control that. It's controlled on the other side of the planet. So Bobby said what we've done with TXC coin is that we are crowdsourcing it. That's you're a crowd, and you're sourcing it. Which means big corporations, multinational corporations can't come in and buy up 51% of it and take it sideways, and we lose our whole philosophy of the reason being of why we even started this thing. So it's crowdsourced, and you can buy a maximum of 9 mines. You cannot buy any more than 9 mines. Now I'll show you in a minute how you can earn more mines, but you cannot purchase more than 9. Again, it's safety protection on you and me that we are the crowd and we're sourcing this thing, and we are the ones laying the foundation that major corporations cannot come in and buy it out from underneath us. And then the value of the coin just plummets. So there's been no pre-mining of coins. Some other cryptocurrencies will mine, 1 million coins before they bring it to the marketplace and hold that. And then we're buying and selling those coins, and the value of those coins are going up, and it reaches $50 a coin, $100 a coin. And then they pull out these 1 million coins that they had in reserve and flood the market with and become billionaires overnight. And then the whole value of that currency plummets, and the rest of us holding it ends up with nothing. That happens over and over again. That's called pump and dump, where they pump it in, dump it, and then they move out, and they're billionaires, and we're left holding all these coins that are value nothing. That's what pre-mining does. There's 0 coins pre-mined with TXC coin. So they started in January of last year, January of 25. 4? Are we still in 5?
Yeah.
No. January 24, they began mining these coins, and so by between January and May, they created enough coins, enough blockchains have been created, where these coins they can now take them to the marketplace to DEX trade and sell them. And they sold for less than 2 cents a coin. So they started there. There was no pre-mining of coins. And so they just had to go and share their vision of what they wanted to do and hope other people bought these opportunity as well. So the opportunity we have is to buy the mines that produce the coins, not buy the coins themselves. Because if you buy the coins, like you can do with Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP, then you've got to hang on to those coins for 6 months, 10 months, 12 months, and hope the price goes up. When it goes up sufficient enough, you can take those coins that you purchase and sell them and make the difference in the profit. But the trouble is, you're going to buy more coins now at that new price and do the same thing, sit on those and hope the price goes up so you can sell them and get your money out. But if you own the mine that creates those coins, you're so far ahead of the game, because you can take all your coins and sell them, and you come home and your mine, your computer node, has produced coins while you were sleeping. And now you've got more coins. So you're not having to buy those coins, you're creating or mining those coins, and you sell them on the marketplace for the new values that they're worth. So number 1 is crowdsourced. Number 2, you cannot buy more than 9 mines. So you tap out of that. And right now, you can buy 9 mines and give you 2 free just because you invested that much into the project. So 9 mines, and they're $995 a mine. So you don't have to spend your inheritance that you're going to pass on to your children and your children's children. I had to steal mine from her vacation account, but it was only $995. So those guys that got in 12 months ago bought their mines for $9.95, and they could only buy a maximum of 9 mines. So it's a very fair, level playing field. It's not multi-level marketing. The people that got in 12 months ago are further ahead than me, not because they have a share of my coins or they have a percentage of my mine. It's just that they were mining earlier than I was. So they were producing coins at 12 months ahead of me. So they've made that much more coins in their account that they can go and sell. Those early guys are millionaires already. They've been in this thing 12 months and they're already millionaires because of the number of coins they produced early on. They bought their 9 mines, got some free. Back then it was 3 free you get. And so they'd be mining. So it's not multi-level marketing where all the guys that got in early make all the money off the poor little suckers like you and me getting in at the bottom, and we don't make anything. We do all the work and don't make much. That's multi-level marketing. There's no minimal requirements that you do every month. You don't have to buy anything every month. That $9.95 you bought for your mine is not an annual fee. You bought that mine, that computer node, and it's yours. And all the coins that come out of it are yours. And you can take those coins out on day 1 or day 365 and sell them. It's totally up to you. It's your mine and it's your coins. How good is that? I don't have to buy a truckload of granola bars and store them in my garage to qualify as an override on the poor suckers that are below me. So it's not a multi-level. Now what they did, they took some good elements out of multi-level marketing and put it into this. One of the good elements is that we're a community that helps one another. Crowdsource, you get into any multi-level marketing group, they'll have a strong community that supports one another. And that's in this organization. So it's not a Ponzi scheme because you actually get something for your money. Ponzi scheme is when you put money in an organization and all those people that got in ahead of you get a portion of your money. And then you have to do the same thing. You have to look around and try to find people as gullible as you were to get in behind you so you can get a percentage of their money. And so it goes on down. It's a Ponzi scheme. You're not getting anything for it. You're just investing money in something and everybody's getting shares of that money that you put in. So you need to build this pyramid down. So it's not a Ponzi scheme. You're actually getting something for it. You own that mine for $9.95, or if you bought 9 mines, that's less than $9,000. You own that. You own every coin, and nobody gets a percentage of those coins. It's yours. And it's up to you whether you want to sell them or hang on to them. I've not sold one of my coins yet. And yet we've made, well, I don't ask these anymore how much we made with this.
Tell us. Tell us. Come on. Transparency.
Oh, transparency. Well, the reason why I don't ask you to share is because I said, where did that money go? 60,000? Oh, no.
You don't want to know.
So you can make it on commissions from the company. You don't make it off the people that you're bringing in, but the company wants you to help them sell these mines because they've got 1 million mines that need to be sold. That's all the mines that we sold on the network. So we got 1 million mines here. So there's 1 million mines on that network, 1 million computer nodes. This is how many mines have been purchased on that network, and that was valid as of 10 minutes ago. 148,451 mines of computer nodes have been sold. So if we divide that by that, we're at 14.84% sold of those 1 million mines. Now, why do they want your help in selling those mines? Is because they have determined we're going to crowdsource this thing. So the millions of dollars that we could be spending on advertising, going to Disney World and saying, listen, we want you to buy 51% of the shares of this and we need to put millions of dollars, we need your money to source this thing and get it up and running. They've gone to people like you and me, little old people like you and me, and said, help us with this. So they will give you a commission based upon the number of mines that are being purchased by those that you're bringing into this opportunity. So they're taking those millions of dollars and putting them into your pockets for doing this. So that's the percentage of where we're at right now. And that'll go higher and higher and higher. We're probably selling about 1,000 mines a day That's how quickly these mines are being purchased. Yes, ma'am.
That number 138, when you say purchase, it's like we earn hash, like, you earn
Yes,
your hash. Is that 200 hash included in that?
yes, it is. Good question. So whether you buy the mines or you're getting rewarded the mines, that's how many mines are being used up on the network, 14.84%. And they ultimately want to be on some major level 1 trading platforms like Coinbase. We're not on Coinbase yet. We started in the dirt, in the pig pen with DexTrade and Bitmart. Now we're on Binance and some others that we are gradually, by economy, we're on, not Binance, and other exchanges where we're getting more and more exposure. The more exchanges that we go on, the more exposure we get, and there's more people that trade those coins from around the world. And so to qualify to get on the Coinbase and Binance, you have to be invited onto those level 1 exchanges. And you get invited on because of the amount of trading that's going on your particular coin, how robust your particular network is, how strong it is, how many redundant sensors you've got as your backup, what your liquidity is that supports that. All those go into play. And when they can tick all those boxes, they'll invite you onto Coinbase. When we get onto Coinbase, whoa, Nelly, hold that horse back. Because the Asian brethren are getting up while you're going to sleep, and they're looking on those exchanges to find new coins that are out there, and they'll do some research and find out how long that coin's been out there on the marketplace and how well it's done and how robust it is, and they'll be starting to buy it up, and the prices will go up tremendously. So this is how many miners, people that we have right now, as of 20 minutes ago, that own these mines. So if we divide 148,451 by the 37,514, we'll know how many mines roughly they are purchasing. Four, okay. Marcel is ahead of us. So what we got here is about 4 mines each on average that people are purchasing. They're not satisfied with one mine, because one mine right now is doing 0.6 of a coin a day. 6/10 of a coin is what's being produced by one mine. So you want to get multiple mines to get your coin production up. So as we said, the maximum number of mines you can buy is 9. So if people got on average 4 mines each, then they're getting more and more mines to do that. So the 95,000 is the coins that are produced on a daily basis. Now, it's up and down a little bit, but on average it's 95, so it may go up to 97 sometimes, down to 93,000 on a daily basis. Based upon how much transactions are happening on that network is what those coins are paid out to those computer nodes that are doing the work. So that's our average. So if we divide, okay, so that 95,000 has to be spread out over all these mines, not the miners, but the computers, all right? And how much is that spread?
0.63.
Per day. So this is the number of mines that are available to sell, the computer nodes. These have been sold or used up. And this is the number of miners that have miners that have purchased or got hold of those mines. And so here we are at 6/10 of a coin, because those 95,000 coins are spread out amongst all those mines. So you can see what's going to happen. As we move closer to that 1 million mines, that spread of the 95,000 coins are going to get thinner and thinner. So ultimately, when we divide those 95,000 coins out of over 1 million mines that are being purchased, we'll get how many coins a day. So ultimately, when it's all said and done, and we reach at this point, and there's different speculations on when 1 million mines will be purchased. Some are saying 6 months, some are saying 8 months, but it's definitely not 2 or 3 years. It's in months. So once all those 1 million mines are sold, if you own one mine, you'll be making 1/10 of a coin a day in that one mine. Well, that's not much. 1/10 of $44 is 40 cents. So you want this thing to go up, and it is going up. That's the power of this. It's being traded out there, and the value of those coins are going up all the time. As we said, when Lisa and I got in, it was 8 cents a coin. That was 9 months ago. So when you see a coin going from 8 cents to 10 cents to 12 cents to 15 cents, it's not, we didn't throw a party, we didn't kill the fatted calf, because you're working the pennies. But once you get over $1, then it goes to $1.50, then $2.50. It's the same multiplication, but you're out of the pennies and into the dollars, and now it's really starting to get your attention. So if you go to DexTrade or BitMart and you type in TXC in your search, TXC is the code for Texacoin. If you type in TXC in any of those exchanges, you'll see a grid or a graph on there where it started back here in May of 24, and as I said, that was 2 cents a coin. And then you'll start seeing this graph look something like this. We're right here. So in May of last year, that's where they started. We came in December, and so we were 8 cents a coin. And then it just started going to $1, $2, $3, $4. So we're right here now. We're in October of 25, and we are anywhere between $4 and $5, actually $6 last week, a coin. So it's sort of, these little bumps, don't worry about them. What you worry about is not worry, but what you look at is this overall. So the experts are saying, based upon Bitcoin, based upon Ethereum, based upon the Ripple coin, and where they were and where we are, they're predicting that we're going to be right in here in February of 26, around the $16 mark plus. I've heard other predictions that are higher than that, but I'm going to stick with the $16 just to be conservative. So if you've got 1,000 coins produced by then, you've got $16,000 value in your coins, regardless of what price they were when you were creating them or producing them. So this will go yawn and yawn and yawn up into the clouds. What Bobby Gray has predicted us to be in February of 2027, he's looking at $1,000 a coin. So in a year, we'll be going from 16 to 1,000, because what happens with this graph, it doesn't do this sort of thing. It does this sort of thing.
When did you say $1,000?
In February of 27. So, he doesn't have a crystal ball, but what he's looking at is these big boys, and also where we are at, the money that's coming in from these mines are being purchased, and what we can lay into the exchanges like DexTrade, BitMart as a liquidity so that it can't drop. So Bobby's got sale orders in these different markets so that if it does drop, he buys up all the coins and he's got them and he can put them back in the marketplace. He can't drop below $3.75 a coin is where he's got these things that he sell orders marked at. So this is where we're going with this, and we want to get you involved as soon as possible, not as late as possible. Someone said to me, well, I'm going to wait till it gets onto Coinbase, then I'll look at getting in. Well, okay, why don't you wait till the Bitcoin is worth 120,000 a coin, then get in. Well, that's not smart. You want to get in when it's unknown. When it hasn't come up out of the ground. You want ground floor. You don't want 13th floor, because you haven't got the growth with it. So with Bitcoin, there's not a tremendous amount of growth left in it. It went from 40 cents a coin, there's 120,000 a coin. So you can bet on that horse, but I think that horse is pretty tired. You want to get a new horse that's just coming up, that's fresh, got all the energy, and it's going to run the same race, and you want to be on that horse because that length of time to build up the number of coins. So here's how you can build up your coins and your mines, as Lisa said. So right now, you can buy a mine for $995. That equals one mine. And that one mine ultimately is doing 1/10 of a coin a day. I can tell you what it's doing now, but we're going to go to where we're going to land, so you'll be comfortable with that. And that coin at that point in time will probably be $16 a coin, so you're getting 1/10 of that, $1.60 a day. All right? So you can buy 5 mines right now because the mines are still available, haven't been all sold out. And the company's going to give you an extra mine because you bought 5, so it's 5 times that amount. And that'll give you actually 6 mines. 5 you purchased, and this one was $1,000 you didn't have to spend. So you can multiply out the volume of coins. So you're making 6 times the number of coins that a person who bought 1 mine would be making. So the volume comes in the multiplication of these coins. And right now, you can buy 9 mines, and the company will give you 2 free. And so you're really functioning with 11 mines. And so between now and then, you're making the coins per day to build those up. And so you want to bring your number of mines that you own higher, because if you're at ultimately 1/10 of a coin a day, and I've got 10 mines, then I'm actually doing 1 coin a day. See that? And there's my $16 a day I'm getting for my coin at that point in time. And then if I still own these mines, I'll never give up these mines. I've got 10 mines. And so once all those mines are sold and that 95,000 coins are being spread out over the day, I got 10 times those. And so I got 1 coin a day, all right, up to 1 coin. And when I get up to $100 and $500 a coin, and then yay, up to $1,000 a coin, then, and I'm doing 1 coin a day, then I'm making $1,000 a day. Can you handle that? Find a place to spend it. All right, pay your mortgage off. Whatever you need to do, there is a place for you to spend $1,000 a day. Get a Visa card. Go to Fiji and pay those pastors' meal where they say you can't use crypto here. So we want you to take advantage of coming in, and if you can get 9 mines, do it. You get 2 free. All right. They'll give you 30 days to get up to that level. So if you can say, well, I only can afford 1 mine or 2 mines, well, you've got 30 days to buy the rest to get these ones free. So if you want to get 5 and get 1 free, you've got 30 days to do that once you come in, or 9 mines and get 2 free. So I'm happy if you're sitting with 9 mines and you've got 11 mines now, because I know when you get down to 1/10 of a coin, and we're not there yet, I'm just letting you know where we're going, then you're set up to make at least 1 coin a day. And then you can ride that up as the value goes up.
You can upgrade it after the first year.
Yes,
Yeah.
the free ones. So yes, and don't hold yourself back because you missed the 30 days. Keep buying. You can buy up to 9 mines ultimately. If you bought 3 mines and 30 days goes by and you couldn't do it, and you had to buy 6 mines to get up to your 9, they tell me that 6 mines includes that 5 mines, and they're going to give you 1 free anyway.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me, but they do it. So I'm not going to argue with them. So if you get a block of 5 mines, you're going to get 1 free. So if you do that, even though 30 days has gone by, you're doing a block of 5 to get that 1 free. And so you can end up 9 mines and 1 free because of that 5 block. All right? So that's where we want you to think about your positioning yourself for success in the future. So if you're not there yet with that number of mines, I want you to get there. All right? And I'm going to show you how you can get there without actually spending that money. Because we were under a bridge with a cardboard sign, we'll work for food. And I had to steal her money to get a mine. So here's what you can do, and what the company allows you to do to get these mines given to you while we still have them available. And you may have 6 to 12 months to do this. So I'm glad you came to learn how to do this. The company says this: if you can help us sell these mines to your family, your friends, and your co-workers, for every 3 persons that come in because of you, we're going to give you another mine. And they call this mega hash. When you buy this 1 mine for $9.95, your mine is functioning with 100 mega hash. That's what's producing your coins, all right? That's the engine power of your particular computer node. So if you can increase your mega hash, you're increasing your horsepower of your engine to actually get you further down the track. So for every 3 people that you bring in, they'll give you another 100 mega hash. That's equivalent to 1 mine right there that you didn't have to pay for. And if you can do this within 30 days, because you got friends and family members, and you say, come on in, doesn't matter whether you buy 1 mine, 6 mines, or 9 mines, just come on in, get 1 mine. If you can do that within 30 days, they'll give you another 100 mega hash for your mine. And there's no limit to how long and how often you can do this. For every 3rd person that comes into the organization, they're going to give you 100 mega hash. And again, if you can do that within 30 days of this last guy coming in, and you may not have taken 30 days, you may have done this in a week, well, as soon as that 3rd guy comes in, the clock starts ticking again. And you've got 30 days to get the next 3 in, and if you do it within 30 days, they'll give you another 100 mega hash. If you go longer than 30 days, that's fine, you still got 100. So right here, in a matter of a few weeks, I got 500 mega hash. 5 mines. And I bought 1. So my suggestion would be this: buy as many as you can, get the 9 if you can, get the 2 free, but then share this opportunity with others, and you'll get rewarded with mines, and there's no limit. I got 31 mines, and I didn't buy 31. I bought 1. Later on, I bought, when they started giving me some money, I used their money to buy some more mines. So I got my 9 mines ultimately from their money. It's best if you spend someone else's money, if you can. I've learned that over the years. It's best if you spend other people's money. So when they were sending me money, I was buying more mines. Now they were rewarding me for helping share this good news. And so I built up all the others that I didn't have to buy by the company giving me these mines. And so at some point in time, this is going to end. These are all mines. Once 1 million mines gone, guys, you can't do this. You got 6 to 8 months. So we want to get busy. You got family members and friends that you want to get involved in this. I'd hate to be a guy who walks up to me in 8 months and said, I heard that you're in Texas Point. Can I come in? Can you help me? And I have to say to my friend, sorry, there's no more mines left. And he's going to say to me, don't call me friend. I was your friend 6 months ago. Why didn't you tell me about it? Yeah, I did. You were slow. So at that point in time, when the mines are all gone, you can buy and sell the coins, because those mines are producing coins and people are taking them out there to all the different exchanges and selling them. So you can buy them like you can Bitcoin and Ethereum and others, and just hang on to it and hope the price goes up and resell them. But you'll never be in a place where you're creating those coins. That is a unique time in history that you'll find yourself right now. So I want all my family members and friends to be in, and I want at least for the fact that I told them about it. If they said, no, I don't want to, then they'll be kicking themselves in 8 months, but not kicking me. So this is the opportunity you have to get these additional mines given to you from the company, from the people that you bring in. So, and it doesn't matter how many mines they buy. This person could buy 1, this person buying 6 or 9. It doesn't matter. It's bodies of people that are coming in that gives you this extra mega hash for your mines, and there's no limit to this. You can just keep going and going and going and going.
Explain the mega hash again.
So mega hash is the actual functioning or the production of your mine to create those coins. It's basically your horsepower. So on the entire network, it's 100 million mega hash. There's 1 million mines and they're all doing 100 mega hash each. So the whole network is functioning at 100 million mega hash. It's what enables the computers to resolve all those mathematical equations, do all the transactions, validate all the transactions. It's the power of your mind. And that's what's producing your coins. So these are equivalent to an extra mine. They're called mega hash, but you might as well call them mines. You just got 5 more mines added to your account. Now, how did Lisa make that ungodly amount of money without us selling a coin yet? We haven't busted our coin open. our account opened and sold a coin. So when you come on and you buy a mine, you'll get a coin, a token, a coin token sent to you. On the back of that coin token is your public key that gets you into your account. So you'll be scanning that on a couple of different apps, and you'll be able to watch your coin production on a daily basis on the apps on your phone. Now, this is what they call a cold storage wallet, which means it only can receive coins. So your coins are going here every day when your mines, 1 mine or 9 mines or 31 mines, produces those coins. So to get those coins off here so you can cash out, we got to turn a cold wallet into a hot wallet. So I can now move those coins. And you do that by taking it out of its case. Don't take it out of its case until you're ready to cash out. Because whoever owns this coin has the key to your safe. No one keeps this. You can't call up an 800 number and say, I've lost my coin. Well, that coin's got a code on it to your safety deposit box that gets those coins out. No one's got this except you. So you take it out of this pouch and you take that plastic sticker off the back of the coin, and then you rub some WD-40 and soap and degreaser on it to get all that sticky stuff off. And lo and behold, on the back of that coin, etched into the back of the coin is a QR code. That QR code turns this cold wallet into a hot wallet, and I can take my 13,000 coins off here and go and sell them on Dextrade or Bitmart and get that money back, or some of them, not all of them. So you ultimately turn your cold wallet into a hot wallet to be able to do that. So this is very valuable. When you get this, you hang on to it, and if you're thinking about passing this on to your children and your children's children, this is the key. Doesn't matter what's in your will, it's who owns this, who's got this. They've got the code to your safe. It's right on the back of that coin. You don't have to, as soon as we get you in the system, this code has been assigned to you. Yeah. All right? It's going to take a couple of weeks to get out to you, but your coin has been assigned to you, and you got that code in your account. So if you go to mindtxc.com and open up your account, you can go scroll down and you'll see that code in the list of all the details in your account. Okay, and then you can go to Blockchain Mint app and put that code in manually, because you see it right there in your account, and then you want your daily production of coins. So you don't need this for your mind to be working. As soon as you get assigned that code, as soon as you're in, you're making coins. And then if you wait 3 or 4 weeks for this to arrive, and then you get that code and pop it in, you'll be shocked how many coins you've made. But you don't have to wait till then, because that code is always, it's in your account. So let your people know, don't freak out if this hasn't arrived. That code has been assigned to you, and you can go into your account and see that code and put that into the other apps and watch that. Now, you can't put it into your Texas Coin app, because the Texas Coin app requires you to scan this. But we have Blockchain Mint app, and this does the same thing. You can watch it. All right, so that's the difference between a cold storage and a hot storage wallet. Now, how do you make your money? That's always good. Who wants to make some money? Yeah. So here's what they do. And this comes from the company for helping them sell the mines. That's what it is. It's a commission, a finder's fee, I don't know what you call it, but it's them rewarding you because you're helping to sell these mines. That's what they need to do, and they've made a commitment to crowdsource it, so they need you to do this. All right? So it's not a crazy scheme. They just have committed themselves to go crowdsourcing, and you're the crowd. That's what they're stuck with. 6,000 to 7,000 mines a week are being purchased by people, not only in the United States, but overseas. I think I told you this, that there's a maximum of 10% to be purchased from people outside the United States. So if you've got friends, relatives in other countries, they can get involved. They won't get the physical mine, because 100% of the physical mines are mined here in Texas. That's what gives it control and stability, because it's not out there around the world. So that's one of the things that Bobby shared with us, that it's exclusively mined. Those coins are created here in Texas. So people outside of the Texas can still invest. If they're in the United States, there's no limit to that. But if they're overseas, it's 10% ownership. So 10% of 1 million mines is 100,000. So 100,000 of those mines can be owned by people overseas. All right, so if you've got relatives and friends, get them all involved. So if you bring these 3 people in, your sister, brother-in-law, your mother, and they come in, remember you get 100 mega hash for your mine. If you do within 30 days, you get 200 mega hash. That's 2 more mines for your account. But here's how you get paid along the way. Based upon how many mines they actually purchase is where your cash comes from. So if your sister bought 1 mine, brother-in-law purchased 3 mines, your mother bought 6 mines, there's 10 mines that have been purchased. So what you brought into the company is $10,000. True that? And they're calling that your commission potential. They said, if you want some money from us, you've got this built up because you brought people in, and this is based upon how many mines those people purchase. So that's your commission potential. So here's how it works. They put you into the organization, and your friends and relatives and friends are put in your little organization. It's a binary organization, so you have a left side and a right side. So here's your sister that came in. We'll put her over here on the left. She bought 1 mine. Brother-in-law bought 3 mines. We'll put him over here. You can only go on your left side or right side. Your mother purchased 6. She had a little bit of cash hanging around. So we'll put her on that side. So if you can balance these points out, the company will give you money. So they said, listen, if you can balance 3 points on your left side and 3 points on your right side, based upon how many mines these people purchased, we'll give you $1,000. If you can match 6 points to 6 points left to right, we'll give you $2,000. And we're going to look at this on a weekly basis. So if you can do 9 points to 9 points left to right, we'll give you $3,000 that week. All right? So let's look at what we've done over here. So I've got these people in, and at 7 o'clock on Saturday night, Central Standard Time, all the gates are closed, and they're going to add up how many mines were purchased and whose group they're in. And right here, I've made $1,000 because I've got a 3 and a 3. I got a 3 over here, and I got a 3 out of that 6. So I just get $1,000 available to me. I'll show you how you can get it, how it actually comes to you. Now, the points I didn't use up, I don't lose. They roll over till next week. So out of that side, I got 1 point to start my next week off. I have 3 left over here. So I'm starting on my right side with 3 points. And this will keep on going. Remember, I said there's no limit to the number of people you can share this with. So that $1,000 comes out of my cash potential. Because I gave $10,000 to the company, and so they took $1,000 of that and gave it to me. Now I'm down to $9,000 in my commission potential. So, and I share this with this person over here and another person, co-worker, a friend of church. And so what happens here, I just got 100 mega hash, remember that, added to my account because I brought them in. 200 mega hash, or 2 mines if I did it within 30 days. But now they're adding up my points. So this person purchased 1 mine, this person purchased 3, this one 6. So these people will go into my organization. I'm going to put my person who bought 6 mines over here, 1 mine for this person, over here, 3 mines, and then 7 o'clock comes around on Saturday night, I add up my mines that people have purchased in my organization, and over here I've got 7, over here I've got 7. Well, I just made $2,000 because I could match 6 points to 6 points, and I picked up $2,000. So that 6 is gone, that 6 is gone, I got 1 left over and 1 left over, I can start my next week off. And so I just made $2,000. Now, you think to yourself, well, that's great, but how on earth are you going to match 9 to 9 on a weekly basis? That's a lot of points. I mean, that's me working full time. No, it's not. It's your team doing the same thing. My sister that came in over here, she's sharing this opportunity at work, and someone came in and bought 3 mines. She shared it with her best friend. That person bought 6 mines. Well, she just qualified in her little organization to pick up $1,000 because she matched 3 to 3. All right, she's got 2 left over here, but that 6 and that 3 belong to me because it's in my organization. So there's 9 points I made off my sister because she's in my organization, and I didn't have to bring people in and sell those mines. So everybody that's in your organization, if they are sharing this opportunity, There's a 3 and a 6. That person here just made $1,000, but that 3 and the 6 are in mine. I get 9. And I just made $3,000. Isn't that something? I wake up and say, where do those points come from? Oh, I don't care. I just made $3,000 because of what they're doing each year. They come to a meeting like this, they're learning about it, and they are building their little organization. So it's not long before you wake up and you look at your little app here, and today is Friday, isn't it?
Saturday.
I haven't got a clue what year it is, what day of the week it is. And I look on my grid, and I got 25 points over here and 76 points over here. And I'm thinking, I haven't brought anybody in. I've been having a vacation for a month, going to meetings. Well, where do these points come from? They came from other people building their organizations within my organization because they're still on my left or right side. So it maxes out at 9. So this 25 points goes to 9 because I can't get any higher than 9. If it's above 9, it'll disappear. If it's below 9, like this 1 and that 3 and that 6, they'll keep rolling over it until I match it. It's a very, very fair system and a very generous system. Because if you haven't matched out yet, it'll just keep rolling over until you match it out. And once you've matched it out, then they're used up, and what's left over will keep rolling over until it goes up over 9. So that 25 goes to 9. This 76 goes to 9. So they max at 9. So now I've made 9 and 9. There's $3,000 that's available to me that week. Who's made $1,000 out of this opportunity? How long have you been in? End of July. Wow. January? 5 weeks. You made $1,000?
More than that.
We made a lot more than that. Today, we made 19,000.
Wow. We had $23,000.
23,000? Well, you should be up here doing this show. Now you're learning how to do it right. They've been making money by accident. I make money by accents. They make money by accident. So who's made $2,000 out of this? How long have you been in, Terry? A month and a half ago. 2,000. Have you made 3,000? Oh yeah. Like, what's the big deal? How many 3,000s have you made? 3. And you came in when? A month and a half. You made $9,000 a month and a half ago. Thank you. It doesn't count your coins. Your coins are over here burning away making coins. It's this incredible, generous compensation plan. So within a couple of months, Lisa and I were able to pay off our $7 credit card debt.
7,000.
7,000. So we got that paid off, and we had an external kitchen that we built with a big barbecue out the back. We had 9,000 sitting on that. We paid that off, and that's beside the coins. The company was starting to send us money into us, and so who's made $3,000 a week, like multiple times? Look at them. It's crazy. So we want you to get involved in this as soon as possible, because this will disappear one time. Once all those mines are sold, they're not giving you commission to sell mines, and then left. All right. So you want to be able to get in early, get those mines, get those coins created. That's a whole different issue. And if you want to share it, and you don't have to share it. This is why this is not multi-level marketing. In multi-level marketing, you have to share. You have to build your downline, because you've got to set up an automatic order, so you get those granola bars every week, regardless of anybody buying them from you, so you can qualify. So that's slimy, sleazy stuff with multi-level marketing. So this gives us the opportunity to be able to make this sort of money. Now, you take in commission. Now, what happens when this gets used up? Well, I just picked up $2,000, so that 9,000 went down to 7,000. But look what happened here. I brought these 3 people in. They bought 10 mines between them. There's another 10,000 added to my cash potential. Now I'm up to 17,000. I can't use up this cash potential. It's too big, because it doesn't take much. Now, this guy that came in bought 1. I got 1,000, but he's buying another 3 more or another 8 more to get up to 9. So the people that you bring in, it's not only what they bought at the time they came in, but if they're upgrading, buying more mines, all those thousands of dollars cash potential, 1,000 per mine, goes into my bucket. So it's not just what they brought in. And if this guy says, listen, I don't want $1,000, I got enough money, but can you give me hash for that $1,000? They say this to the company. So the company's going to give him 100 mega hash instead of $1,000 and give him a brand new mine. So not only are you making mines from the people that you bring in, but if they opt not to get their cash and get mines instead, then they are adding that to you. So he just bought one mine, I got another $1,000 added to my cash potential based upon the commission that he's getting. So my cash retention can go up very, very rapidly because there's multiple things that are feeding into that. And so you'll be able to pull that much money out in cash if you want it. Now they do send it to you in USDC. That's the crypto equivalent to the US dollar. USDC. Think of it as United States dollar crypto or coin. You have to have a crypto account either in Coinbase, Kraken, Robinhood, so they can send that to your account, USDC. And if it's a government regulated account, like those are, Coinbase, Kraken, and
Got a question.
Robinhood, then you tie your bank accounts to those, and that's when you off-ramp that money from USDC, and it's 1-to-1 to the US dollar. So if you've got 1,000 USDC, it's $1,000 you can pull out into your bank account. When President Trump came into office, his first week in office, he signed that executive order to make the United States the crypto capital of the world, and also to regulate the government agencies that work together to form a cryptocurrency backup for the government. So your federal government now has got $19 billion worth of cryptocurrency as a Federal Reserve currency. They're betting on that more than the US dollar. So Governor Abbott did the same thing. About the end of March, he signed Senate Bill 21 to make Texas the crypto capital of the United States and to stockpile a state currency of crypto. So we're in a tremendous position to see that happen. The House of Representatives took President Trump's executive order from the first week he was in office and made that into legislation. So just about 4 weeks ago, they passed the Genius Act. I don't even know what it means. You can look it up on Google. Genius, Genius, the Genius Act, which does several things. It causes the banks to have to play nicely in the crypto world. It causes the banks to have to give accounts that are USDC accounts. So your money can be sent there into your bank account and off-ramp there instead of going to an exchange and tying your bank accounts to it. So the governments are now mandating the banking systems to be involved in cryptocurrency and to use what they call the stable coins. USDC is a stable coin, meaning that it's matched 1-to-1 to the dollar. And also the legislation in that is that you can use your 401k, your Roth RIA, to invest in cryptocurrency. So if you've got money in a 401k, you can off-ramp that and buy Texacoin or other cryptocurrencies. It's not in play yet, but that's where they're going. That's what the legislation has required us to move in that direction. Also, cryptocurrency now is in that legislation can be used for assets. So if you've got $500,000 of cryptocurrency and you need to go to the bank, you can loan against that. You don't have to take it out and spend it. That is an asset. And you can get a car loan based upon the fact that you got $500,000 worth of cryptocurrency in Coinbase or somewhere else. So all the figures of that are not in. But that's the legislation that's coming down the road that you guys are getting prepared for. When you buy a house and you need to put a down payment on your house, you can use USDC right out of the cryptocurrency world. And you send that, they'll give you an address to send your USDC to at the closing company, at the title company. Without having to pull it out, put it in your bank account, pay taxes on it, it's coming straight out of the crypto world into the title company. And all those institutions have to start playing nicely with cryptocurrency. Right now in Texas, we have no capital gains.
That's right.
So they're not looking at the coins you produce when they're 4 cents a coin or 8 cents a coin and what the value is now. You're not paying tax on that gain. You're in a tremendous position, and we want you to get in early and learn about this and get yourself educated so that you can understand how the whole thing works. So you can get your commissions in USDC. You can also get your commission in Texas coin. So instead of getting $2,000 in cash in your bank that you say I don't need, give me $2,000 worth of Texas coin, because I want to build up my supply of coins. So when they're really valuable, I've got all those coins I can spend. So for $2,000, if it's $4 a coin, they'll give you 500 coins, Texas coins, into your account. So you can go into your back office and you can change what you want for your commission, whether you want USDC, whether you want TXC, or whether you want hash. It's totally up to you, and you can change it every week depending on what you need. If you don't need the money, get the coins. If you only got one mine and you want to get more mines, turn your commission into hash. So for $3,000, that's 300 hash or 3 mines that they'll add to that. And right now, if you've got cash potential or commission potential, and you don't take the USDC and you don't take the coins, but you take hash, they'll double it. If you've got $3,000 in your commission and you want hash, that's normally 300 hash. They'll give you 600 hash. There's 6 mines. No, you can't. This is not yours. This is your cash potential. The commissions are yours, and you can turn your commissions into hash if you've got cash potential. But we are in the Wild West, number one, and we're pioneers in the Wild West. So you've got to expect a little bit of a rough ride while the world is transitioning into this. The people that are coming behind us will be very, very smooth. They'll be buying houses with their cryptocurrency, with USDC, and we'll just go straight out into that. We're charting those courses. Yes, sir.
So we just did a meeting with a big real estate group in Fort Worth Thursday night. What's today? Saturday. Anyway, there are actually 3 companies now in Texas that will accept cryptocurrency when you're purchasing a house.
When you buy your house.
And so we just found that out at this realtors convention.
There's mortgage companies that are accepting.
3.
Title company, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to wrap up with one thing after I answer Cindy's question. In the current Rocketeers, if you don't have cash potential, you can't get anything, because you've got to pull from that cash potential. So let me wrap it up by saying this. If you can buy 9 mines, this is the biggest bang for your buck. Not only do you get those 2 free, but in your organization, the company gives you 3 spots. And so you'll get a spot like that. That's your original spot right here. You got a left and a right. But you start your own left and right, not those other people. Your position in the placement tree will look like that. They gave you these 2 spots for free because you bought 9 mines. Why is that valuable? Because these act independently. So if I start building my people, they come to my organization like this and they come on down, and I'm matching 9 to 9 points here, then I can get $3,000 or hash or TXC at that point. Well, those 9 to 9s are flowing up in here, and now I've got 18 points every week coming up here. That maxes out at 9. All right? But then I've got this working for me very happily. I've got 3,000, 2,000 to 3,000 a week coming in. I can handle that. Now I'm still bringing people in, sponsoring them. I'm going to start on this spot. So they'll bring other people in. I'll bring people in. They'll bring some people in until I'm getting 9 to 9 points over here on a weekly basis. That gives me another $3,000 at that spot because they gave me 3 spots. Those 9 to 9 are feeding up here. That becomes 18. It caps out at 9. And now I got another 9 to 9 here, which is $3,000. You can be making $9,000 a week.
Yeah.
A week. Because you've got 9 mines and you've got 2 additional spots that are revenue producing spots, not just 1. So you can, if you've got 1 spot, you're capping at $3,000 a week, and you can get any one of those. If you do 9 mines, you get 2 additional spots, and you can do the same thing in those, and you can have some set at USDC, some at Texas coin, some at hash, whatever you want to do. Exactly. You could come into here and buy 9 mines there, and buy 9 mines there, get 2 additional free. Now, these spots are not just passing numbers through, but they're actually producing coins, because you've got mines inside them. If you're getting hash instead of cash, you're building up mines in here, and they're producing coins. Now, let me tell you this. When these mines have all sold, those 1 million mines, and they're done, and people can't buy mines anymore, and I've got a spot over here that's producing its own coins. You know what that spot's worth to somebody who can't buy mines anymore? That may be worth, I'm just saying maybe, that may be worth $250,000. I can sell that spot to somebody. Doesn't bother me. I'm making this over here and over there. So if you've got additional spots because you bought the 9 mine, that is up for grabs one day. When it becomes the scarcity of these things.
Right.
So I want you guys to think long term. I hope this has been very educational for you. When you close in some gaps in your thinking, even if you've been a miner for a while, sometimes these presentations are great because it fills in little spots in your thinking that you didn't think about. It's not complicated, but it is complex. There's lots of spinning wheels with this thing.
Yes.
And it might be here for long. So my urgency with you is to get in now, start producing the coins now, get the number of mines. If you can't afford them, get on a plan that you can capture them. So once they're gone, and build up your coin production that way.